Yeah, but I'm gonna get that senior discount.
Yeah, go to every place.
I'm gonna get the better parking. I'm gonna ride around in the electric shopping carts.
Yeah, you're just turning 50. You're not handicapped.
No, but I
You're
don't
not
like.
differently
It's
able.
not about that. It's
Your
about
hip
having.
doesn't. I'm 52. Your hip doesn't immediately become, useless.
It's not about that. I want to ride in those cars. They look fun.
They, you could do that now.
I have. I actually.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That does not surprise me at all. Some old guy waiting to go shopping, and there's no more
I
motor
only
carts.
do it if there's lots of carts. I would
Okay.
never take like just the one. Like
Okay.
never do that. Like I don't park in handicapped spaces unless they're marked for cops. Like at Walmart, if you go to Walmart, there's like the reserved for police spaces. Like no, that's for me. That's my space.
That's my space. I'm a private investigator.
Yeah, no, I'm a fucking cop. That's my spot.
Yeah.
Either that or you just and then I leave my shopping cart in it.
And if the cops hassle you, just shoot him to prove you're a cop. You're like, yeah, this guy was hassling me, so I shot him. It's like, well, he walks the walk.
Ladies, gentlemen, and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Girl Dick with Ted Cruz, starring Lilith Electra Zarling, Amanda Bonanza, and esteemed Republican Senator from the great state of Texas, your host, Ted Theodore Cruz.
Every time I've ever dealt with them, very rarely have I dealt with someone in a makeup shop that that gives me anything, recommends to me anything that I want, or is anywhere close, because they're just too young. It's just they don't understand it. And it's just I went in this and then Sephora's better because I can't stand Ulta. Ulta's way worse.
Yeah.
It's I want to like Ulta, but every time I go in there, I just I get assaulted with just incompetence, and it's just I went in there and I was like, yeah, I need some sort of thing. I don't even know what it was, but she was and she pointed me to this section which was cartoon kitschy stuff, and it's just it's not me. I want the gold. I want Anastasia Beverly Hills, and you're pointing me to Hello Kitty makeup. I don't.
You should get Ren and Stimpy shaded lipstick. I think that'd be amazing.
No, I will not.
Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing Stimpy shade or Ren shaded tan lipstick.
That might work for some, sure, but it doesn't work for me. I need only the finest. Only the finest.
Okay, Princess Carolyn.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's correct.
Yeah. I mean, if you want that,
I need 7 more mattresses.
If everyone there is too young and they're not meeting your needs, I think you should probably look at going to a department store that
go
to Macy's where the ladies work the makeup counter for 30 years.
That's true. That is kind of what I should do.
That's what you're looking for, yeah. You're looking for
that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for I want the old lady sensibility.
Or look for that mom and pops, looking for that mom and pops makeup store,
Yeah.
They bought it when he got home from World War II, and they brought it ever since.
They're 130.
Yeah, it was ancient.
That's what I want.
Hey, what? Hey. You're okay. Cool.
You know what's good? You put leeches. You gotta apply leeches on your face every morning. Swallow a tapeworm, sweetie. We all did it. We turned out fine.
Yeah. You're putting rouge on your cheeks. Just pinch your cheeks.
Just pinch
your cheeks for color.
Cut them with a razor blade and smear the blood around.
They became professional wrestlers somewhere in there. It's I got a blade, brother. Welcome to Girl Dick with Ted Cruz. I'm Lilith Zarling. That's Amanda Bonanza. Ted Cruz does not even exist, is what I'm coming to believe. He's
shit.
Yeah, he's an AI figment that's just seeing what will people put up with? And we are failing. We are putting up with far too much from this guy. Far too much.
Honey, I don't know if this is. I checked our email.
Yeah.
girldick@gmail.com. And
Oh, Sly. That was Sly.
We got a message.
Shut up.
We got a message asking about Ted, asking about Ted Cruz. It was like some guy was like, I haven't seen Verdict in a while. How is Senator Cruz doing? Is he well?
Stop.
No, it's in there. I swear, and I left it in.
All right, I will check it out.
Cause and then he was like, and I was like, well, to be honest with you, Sean, Lilith and I haven't heard from Ted in weeks. We don't know how he's doing. Yeah. I wouldn't feel honest telling you that Ted's okay. I'm not sure that he is.
I'm not sure if he ever was, but
I didn't go that far because I wanted to keep him on the hook.
Oh man. That's, you know what's funny is like we're sitting here.
He can't even get to that one either.
He can't even show up for the verdict. He's like, is he wasting all his time with you trans girls? Is that why he's not? And I'm
he's not.
But he's not.
Not spending, and it wouldn't be wasting time, by the way. It would be spending time.
I was saying that.
Why? Yeah.
I was saying from the perspective of someone who
perspective of Sean Hannity, clearly.
Yeah. Sean. But it's so perfect. Like the whole time we're like putting our email out there and being like, oh man, trans girls, trans dudes, they're going to email in with all these questions and we're going to help them and stuff. And the first email we get is some dude who's like, hey man, what happened to Ted Cruz?
Where's Ted Cruz? How's he doing? I'm concerned. That wasn't even the thing, because he wasn't even like, he sounded legitimately worried about Ted Cruz. Like he was like, what's going on? Is Ted all right? Is Senator Cruz all right?
Senator Cruz?
That's what he called
all him. Right?
Senator Cruz, is he well?
He's not.
No,
he's very unwell.
He is not a well man.
He's never been well as long as I've known him.
As long as I can tell.
That is... I don't know, I'm sure the Germans have a word for beautiful sadness. That's what that is. It's beautiful sadness. Someone emailed us asking if Ted Cruz is okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That's our first email, folks.
That's
beautiful. Just so you know, do better out there. Everyone out there, send us emails. Like, we don't want to talk to these goofballs. We don't want to talk to these chowderheads.
I think using the phrase do better comes off as kind of aggressive. It's like, feel free to email us. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bark orders at you like, like Ted Cruz would.
Do better, America. Do better. Why are we electing beautiful faces to Senate?
I guess I meant to say was, boy, I wish we got some emails from some people that watch us and like us instead of like some right-wing douchebag that gives a flying fuck about Senator Ted Cruz. Like, what a strange state of being that must be. Like, to care about Senator Ted Cruz. Like, to care about Ted Cruz. Like, I can't imagine. That's like, I like to think I have a pretty vivid imagination, but I cannot imagine a situation in which I would give a flying fuck about.
Yeah, where I would just like, no.
Well, no, I can. I can imagine.
Oh, really?
So the what would have to happen is like he would have to like have like a come to Jesus moment, like have an epiphany and be like, I've been wrong this whole time, and like kind of like do you know about like when Lyndon Johnson like grew his hair long like after he was president, like right before he died, like and like that, where he was like he came to terms with like all the shitty things he did, or like how Andrew Carnegie thought he was going to hell, so he basically made the public library system,
like
if Ted Cruz did that, like if like Ebenezer, if like the three ghosts came to him, and Scrooged him, and he was like, "Holy fuck! I've been a colossal piece of shit my whole life. I gotta fix this." And like he just went out and just like did all these good things and started being a good person, and like came around. In that case, if he did that, I could then care about his Ted Cruz, and I'd be like, Ted. Now you're here. Now you're back into the light, and like I give a shit about you, and I want to help you. What do you
He'd probably
need?
start. He'd probably start showing up for this.
You probably would.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a good start.
That'd
be a great start, Ted. If you wanna turn over a new leaf, I mean, really, come to your podcast. Like that would be a great start. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on to your own show here and come join us. And then that would be a great step forward. Great first step towards being a better person, which I want to believe you have it in you.
You just got to take one step. Like you're so far from being a good person. You just have to like.
Yeah, one step in the right direction, bud. One step.
I would say that even if Ted Cruz just allowed himself to have a picture of him taken holding like a 5-day-old kitten, like that would be a step in the right direction. But right now, I don't think a kitten would allow itself to be held by Ted Cruz.
Yeah,
and I don't think Ted could resist the urge to eat it alive, swallowing it whole.
He wouldn't do that because he wouldn't have the courage. But what he would do is
what do you mean? That's what he eats on a daily basis.
He would scold the kitten for being lazy.
Now this cat's meowing at me. Wants me to give it food. You should get a job, cat. Get a job. Stop being a taker. Start being a maker.
Actually, a pretty good first step for Ted would just be like if he was at the airport and he just kind of traced the steps in like one of those airport installation things with footprints on the ground. You just like follow those around, like that might be a good step for him.
And then when he got to the moving sidewalk, he walked while he was on it because it's not a ride. You're actually
it can be a ride. It's what it is. Like it's what. Those things are what you make it. Like anything.
If you're not going to walk, stand to the right then, all right?
Yeah, well, that's true.
That's
but
courtesy.
You can, but I mean, there are people that they're walking's hard for them.
You're right. You're right.
And take a load off.
But walking's not hard for Ted Cruz.
You don't know that.
I mean, for me,
I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that like Ted Cruz is particularly good at any basic function. Like he doesn't seem to have a grasp on like really anything human. To escape him, so like basic shit, I don't know, like maybe he has a hard time walking.
Maybe
that's why he's such a sack of shit all the time.
Maybe that's why Sean is so worried about him.
Just fucking gives it like a fucking knife in his side.
Sean's most people don't know about Senator Cruz's leg issues, but I figured you two have a podcast with the man. You're probably aware. Is he okay? And Sean's just, concerned. I'm going to get all these wisps of hair out of my face. People watching on the YouTube channel, we get to see.
They're mesmerized.
They're mesmerized. Yeah. Between this necklace and this hair, it's all over the place.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So welcome to Girl Dick with Ted Cruz, and I'm Liz Zarling. That's Amanda Bonanza.
You just pulled a knot joke.
I just pulled a knot. I went back to the mid '90s. It was just like knot. Girl Dick with Ted Cruz, not.
Yeah, Ted Cruz would appreciate the knot.
Yeah, he's like, that's a great one. I tell that one to my kids all the time. Oh, man. We have fun. We joke with Ted Cruz, but in reality, we do not like him at all. But that's neither here nor there.
I thought you were going to make me go the other way. Like, in reality, we missed the living heck out of that guy.
Living heck out of him.
Missed the living heck out of that Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Where are you, Teddy? Where are you, Ted? Come back, Teddy.
He stopped hanging out. Now I got all this uneaten dog food. Thanks, Ted.
There's no one to track mud and slime through the house.
Right.
I feel useless. My Swiffer's just sitting there.
All right, babies. We got questions from y'all. We want to help you out. We want to answer questions from the perspective of two trans ladies. Yeah, and speaking of trans ladies, first question, when referring to yourself, do you say trans woman man or do you just say woman or man? This person says, I'd like to apologize ahead of time in case I say something insensitive. I'm not an asshole. I'm just a moron that doesn't think ahead. Don't talk about yourself like that. No, let me ask the question then.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that part of it. Do you refer to yourself as trans? Personally, I only know a few trans people in my life, but I never refer to them as trans, female, male, just female or male. The way I see it, it used to be X and now you're Y, so why ever bring up X? You are male or female. I don't care about what you are. Is that offensive? No, that's not offensive. Like,
no, that's here's the thing about that is like it varies from person to person, and it varies. For me, it varies by context. Like it depends on my situation. Like, and it depends who I'm talking to. It depends if it's relevant or not.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is, and it depends on like there's a multitude of variables that are in this that are too many to parse. But like it's a case by case basis for the most part. There are certain given situations, but in general, the attitude that question asker has is generally correct. It seemed a little abrasive, a little this is what I do, so I hope it's all right. But like it was like but like I always appreciate like I got a very like that's a cis man trying to be an ally. That's what I got from that. I don't know if that's true. That's the vibe I got from the way it was written. And we are always appreciative of anyone that's going to come and be an ally because we need as many as we can get. So like that sounds good. I would say, but like at the same time, it's like it is like one of those things where it's like it just depends. It just depends. But like, go on.
I was gonna say, there's actually two parts of this that we should answer. One is me. I always say I'm a trans woman. I'm fine with that. I'm visible. I will take on whatever consequences come from that, no matter where I'm at. I'm all about that. For you though, if you are not talking about yourself, if you're talking about someone else, it is not your place to say they are a trans man or woman. So you are doing exactly right. You know, you should just, my friend, you don't have to explain to your friends or family like that. That's up to that person to have that conversation because, like you mentioned, it's not always safe. Some people, want to avoid that, and I'm all for that. But I would say, yeah, it's never your place to out someone else as trans.
There's a word for that.
Is there?
Yeah, it's called clocking.
Okay.
Clocking is when you out a trans person as being trans.
I thought that was when you saw someone you thought they were trans.
No, clocking is when you out a trans person.
I don't know shit.
That's called getting clocked.
Yeah. I would say that. So yeah, you're doing exactly the right thing.
Don't do it ever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it ever because you never know. Because it is like different people have different perspectives. Like Lilith doesn't give a flying fuck. She's fucking badass. But like, and I, for the most part, don't give a flying fuck. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not worried about it. But at the same time, I don't go out advertising it. Not because I'm ashamed or in any way, or because like, but just because it's just like, I'm not trying to. For some people, that causes that's an invitation to pick a fight. Yeah. And I'm not looking for a fight generally ever. And so like going out into the world and just navigating it as best I can and just dealing with it is like preferable to me than like running around and like with my fists raised and like ready kissing my brass knuckles. Like it's like path of least resistance. It's been my jam my whole life.
I am of course always looking to fight.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you're wearing your boxing gloves with fucking barbed wire on them. You're just like,
they call this the stinger. Bink. I mean, look at this necklace. I better be ready to fight.
Ooh, a party.
Why
Or
not
go to
both?
Mardi Gras.
Why
yeah.
not both?
Because those parties suck. Those are like Dropkick Murphys parties. Oh my god. Even your soda matches your background.
What can I say? I'm in
Is that a
alignment.
La Croix?
No, it's a Food Lion seltzer.
Food Lion. Oh, that's right. Food Lion's a grocery store out east.
Yeah, Food
Yeah, I forgot. I
Lion.
remember that from when I lived in Maryland.
Yep.
It's not on the
Yeah.
West Coast. It's not out west.
No.
East
No.
Coast thing.
Yeah, this is an East Coast thing. Just like, you get to a certain point like out of the South and there's no Piggly Wigglies because that's a very Southern thing.
Piggly Wiggly is in Milwaukee. They had Piggly Wigglies in Milwaukee. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one. I did not know that, and then we drove by, and there it was.
Yeah, I was
Piggly
tripping on
Wiggly.
acid in a Piggly Wiggly once.
Nice. And I guess.
That wasn't like the destination.
Okay, I was like, oh man, you really want to?
I think we needed oranges because that was like, remember, like when everyone's like, oh, you need oranges when you're on acid. Gotta get that vitamin C.
Gotta get some
oranges in here. I don't think you do, but like.
Gotta have vitamin C.
Gets you higher, gets you 13% higher.
I like how every time I make fun, I play a character who's an expert and knows how it goes, like overly masculine. It's just like, oh, yeah, man, you gotta have vitamin C, man. I like the idea if it was like your destination, like here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wake up early Saturday morning. Piggly Wiggly opens at 7. We're gonna take a dab of acid. We're gonna get there right at opening, and we're just gonna walk around.
Fucking party.
We're gonna peek in the freezer section, and then as we're coming down,
those bags of frozen corn.
As we come down, we're just gonna leave the Piggly Wiggly and go to the Chinese takeout place in the same strip mall. Have some General Tso's chicken and call it a day.
That sounds like the worst trip ever. That sounds terrible.
The best, and I'll say I would. This is like if I was like a tourist, like a tourist was coming to town. I say best place, take acid, go to the Richmond Museum of Fine Arts. Oh, it's the best.
that was our go-to back in the day.
Yeah.
Because that's what we would do is we would drop acid and go to the art museum.
Yeah, go to the art museum. And just like,
that was like our jam in the 90s. That was like, and then the Milwaukee Art Museum was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the one that's right by the water. It's like the whole building. Like I liked it especially because and more so than other art museums I've been to, including like in LA and New York, like the building itself is art. And so like it's got wings that open up. At no point when you're inside there are you ever certain what is art and what is not. Like every bench, you're just like, I don't know. Is this a sit bench or is this an art bench? Like, it's like, can I sit here? Is that bad? Like, it's no way to know. Like, because it all just blends together so well. They really like Milwaukee does do some of that stuff just really, really well, and that's one of the things that is like the art museum. Choice, one of the better art museums I've ever been to, actually, in the country.
Yeah.
I've been to the Met, been to LACMA. Those are good art museums for sure. Yeah. Milwaukee's is up there.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, like it.
Now, City of Milwaukee Tourism Bureau, please sponsor our podcast.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a natural fit.
I think so too. You know anyone on the Chamber of Commerce over there?
No. I tried to reach out to someone on the Wisconsin LGBTQ Chamber because I'm a board member here in Richmond, and he's never gotten back to me. Even though we both went to Marquette, it's just like, come on, guy.
What the heck? What the heck?
Come on, dude.
I don't know how that works.
We get the city tourism board to sponsor the podcast, and then we do a live thing at the Pabst Theater in Milwaukee.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we do the podcast there, and then we have a second podcast where we do a ghost hunt in the Pabst Theater because it's supposedly haunted.
Everywhere is supposedly haunted. I'm sorry, I just totally pissed on that parade.
Okay, well, I guess we just.
I apologize. Yes, let's do it.
No, we'll just do our podcast, and then we'll go to Major Goolsby's and split a pitcher of Miller.
God, am I fucked up?
Rude.
That was rude. I don't know what came over me.
Every place is haunted.
Every place is haunted.
Back when I was a kid, Only one place was haunted. Now
Well,
everyone's haunted.
I mean, in that sort of idea, it's like, I mean, I hear, I don't, I guess not a lot, but like, I do hear like that, like kind of more than I would expect about like, oh, haunted things and ghosts, and I believe in ghosts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's fair and good. Like, there's clearly things that are going on outside of our sphere of perception.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know what they are because they're outside of our sphere of perception. But I mean, even like, we do know for a fact that like, even just like the spectrum of light that we can perceive is so narrow.
Yeah.
It's such a tiny blip in the actual spectrum of known light that like that. So even that alone, it's like, it's certainly there are things going on in those other places that we just can't see them because like we're not designed that way.
Yeah.
And so like, and same thing with hearing. Like, we have a very narrow field of hearing, so like all of our senses are pretty limited, like when it comes to like what we know them to be, and even that's questionable.
Yeah.
So like, so clearly there's stuff happening that like we have no idea about. But
so long story short,
well,
don't out your trans friends.
Yeah, that. I feel like I should be able to finish, but maybe not.
No, finish. You should definitely finish.
Well, no, because what I was gonna say about that is like so that gets into like that like so yes, clearly there is stuff that would definitely, I think, qualify as supernatural activity going on. Like, however, if you think it's like your grandmother who's like hanging out in the living room and never leaving it that's where it's like, you're probably wrong about that part. And the thing is like, it's like when it comes to that stuff, it's like, well, if that's the case, and like people die and they haunt things, like why are they always in like properly spooky dark places? Like, why aren't there any ghosts like at Walmart? like in the tools section,
where someone died.
I was at Walmart and I saw ghosts. Like at IKEA.
And ghost hunters always go ghost hunting like in the middle of the night. It's like, if they're ghosts, won't they just be here in the middle of the day as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the rules.
It's all just supposed to spookify it,
Well,
it'd be cool. What if like you died in your living room and you're forced to haunt your living room? But what if it's not that you're in the living room? You're just attached to the fabric of your sofa. As my boyfriend was like this. What if that's what it is? And then you could cut out the fabric that you were sitting on when you died.
Just walking around with
and put it on a backpack. Put it on a backpack and then go like on vacation.
You're just
with your grandma. Your grandma's just with you.
Like a spectral hobo.
Yeah. Don't take your grandma again. It's like, I need my backpack, Ma.
Playing Jimmy Crack-Corn on your ghost harmonica.
Just something to think about. Something to think about. What if you're tied to the furniture and not to the house? You just take grandma on vacation with you.
Love it.
Yeah. Love it. And don't out your trans friends.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad scene.
This person is doing it right.
Yeah. That guy, question asker, for the most part, thumbs up. You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could kind of work on your coolness a little bit. You'd be a little cooler.
I mean, how cool do you look typing out a question, to randos? You can't look cool.
Well, you can look cooler than like he. Okay, let me put it this way: be a little less abrasive, like a little bit. I felt like he unnecessarily tried to stand ground. That like he was just like
look.
It's like, look, this is what I do, okay? And it's just like, bro, chill the fuck out.
But then what he did was right.
But also, thank you. Yeah, what you did was right. But yes, but like, it was just, I got a weird vibe from it. That's all.
Okay.
You know what? It's probably because it was written by a ghost.
Probably. You're also,
it's a haunted question.
You're also really judgy today after that Sephora shit. You're like coming in with a lot of assumptions and a lot of judgment, and you're just taking these people from where you're at, not where they're at.
Well, I mean,
But that's okay. You know, we all have days where we went to Sephora
I
and
guess
like
I should be better. I should take a page out of Ted Cruz's book.
you should take a page out of you talking to our listeners.
Yeah.
Be
Oh.
better.
Be better. Oh.
You're fine. You're
That's
fine.
fucked up.
You're not just be better.
Fucked up this episode.
Man, this episode's in the trash already.
It's a fucking fucked up episode. Episode 22. Fucked up. I don't even know. I made that number up.
Yeah, we should really know because all these podcasts do stuff where it's like their 50th, their 100th podcast. Like
I don't know which number this is. I haven't figured it out yet.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, I got nothing. I'm not really that concerned about it. Whenever I'm listening to a podcast where like it's our 400th episode, I'm like, good on you, I guess.
Yeah. You know? I mean, well, we're gonna have to definitely do something for 69.
Yeah. It's our 69th episode. Nice.
But we're a ways from that. I mean, even the year anniversary is gonna be like a big deal. I feel like.
Yeah. Do you think Sean? Do you think Sean will get us cake?
I don't.
What if we get Ted Cruz back for our year anniversary?
Well, then maybe you'll get Ted Cruz's a celebratory, like, I don't know, like, what would he get at, like, in that instance, like a Hallmark card?
Yeah, like first anniversary is paper, so. And what kind of question is that? Of course, I think we'll be doing this we'll hit our year anniversary.
I think so too. I hope we do it many years to come, but like, I don't know. I never know. I don't know. I have no object permanence. Not
the only thing that's guaranteed is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even that's like technically we're still a couple milliseconds in the past.
And I'm ahead of you by 3 hours, so it's very weird.
I know. It's like
it's so weird.
It's like he taught me why me. It's a bit of gooey timey wimey.
Are you ready?
I think so.
For another question.
I'm definitely ready for some football.
A trans woman is coming to our Christmas dinner. It's a little dated. Should we not do this one? Because this is going to be good. This is going to be...
No, it's for next year.
A trans woman is coming... Here, I'll just start over. Are you ready for the next question?
I am.
Okay, cool. A trans woman is coming to our house for dinner. My mother keeps dead naming and misgendering. I hate confrontation. Tell me how to help her. I don't know if this is the right place to ask. It is. But I lurk here to stay informed as much as possible as an ally, where I'm getting this one off Reddit. My family is the most ignorant family to ever exist. I mean, that's a little hyperbole, which is surprising considering half of us are queer. My aunt is bringing her stepdaughter, a newly transitioned woman. I've heard my mother and grandparents talk about her, and they refuse to use proper pronouns, and they are dead naming her, even though her new name is just a shorter version of her old name. I've talked to them about it and tried to explain how blatantly lazy and mean they are, but they haven't changed. I'm worried for her. I know they're going to do it to her face. I thought maybe she isn't passing well, and they were just having a hard time with appearance versus pronoun, but I saw this woman on FaceTime, and she is definitely passing. Not that that matters. For context, I believe she's actually intersex, and her parents chose to raise her as a boy. I tried to get my grandma to understand that she's always been a woman. Her parents are the ones that fucked up. How do I support this girl? How do I call people out without completely making a scene? Extra credit. We will have a black guy at the party this year, too. When I dated a person of color, my grandfather made extremely racist remarks and refused to call my ex by his name and referred to him as... I'm not going to say what he referred to him as.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know. I'm so stressed out, y'all. I thought about messaging my cousin who is dating him just to give her a heads up. Yeah, I'd give everyone coming to this thing a warning. Maybe you and your trans cousin and your cousin who's dating a person of color should just go have your own Christmas.
That's exactly
at a spare house.
Here's the answer for this. get rid of those people. Like,
Yeah, just
cut
go
them
have
out of
your
your
own
life.
Christmas.
Never speak to them again. They're dead to you. Don't go to
Yeah,
their house for dinner. Don't acknowledge them as existing.
yeah,
They're awful, racist, terrible, bigoted people, and you shouldn't. They have not earned your company. They have failed as human beings, and that's it. That's the answer. And that might sound harsh to some, but really that's no quarter for fascists. You don't give that shit any room.
yeah,
Like, it's like you can't like, there's no reason for it. And here's the thing is, like, it's not actually being harsh. They're the ones that are being shitty.
yeah. They're just being
Like,
rude. Like,
they're being horrible people, and they know better, or they choose not to. Like, and they're being obstinate and mean and just terrible people. And why would you, like, family or not, why would you spend time with them? Like, why would you that's like I mean, it's a bad joke, but like, it's like if you have milk in your fridge and it's gone bad, and like, that's like saying, like, you taste it, you smell it, and it smells rancid, and you're like, well, I'll just put it back in the fridge and I'll try it tomorrow. It's like, it's not gonna get better. It's like you get rid of it. Like,
yeah,
you have to take out the trash. The trash doesn't stop stinking. And here's the thing: is like, you tell them exactly why. Like, and you can even give them the chance if you want to go that far, which is even kind of the right thing to do, which is like, like, hey, look, the last time I dealt with you, you were racist, you were a bigot, you were terrible. If you do anything like that again, that'll be the last time you see or hear from me, until you convince me that you're not going to ever do that and that you've changed your ways. And then that's it. And then it's on them. And I hate to say that, but like, that's the shit that we have to do. Like, and like, I mean, you're an ally, so you're not trans yourself, and I get the impression you're a white guy, but like, and God bless you, and for being that ally, and caring about this. But like, it sounds like they've had their chance and they fucked it up, and you're still going there. And so in that sense, that's how you're fucking up. Like, why would you drag your friend to a place that you know is hostile to them? Like, why would you let your cousin go to a place? Why would their parents, like, why would her parents take her to a place that's hostile? Like, it's like, I put her in that situation. Like, I don't understand why anyone would do that to their child, or someone they care about. Like, it's like, it's hostile. Like, and I know that, like, some people, like, value family, but like, you can't. They haven't earned it.
I mean, I would say, like, it sounds like the aunt. It's the stepdaughter. The aunt might not know that this is going on because she's not in the conversations with the original questioner's parents and grandparents, so they might not know that this is going on yet. So I don't know if we want to get to already, you know, giving her shit for something she might
No,
not understand.
I mean,
But I
like,
also,
it
I
gets
say
complicated.
that's the thing where you just, I mean, like, I know you hate confrontation, and no one, like, except for me, like, is out looking for a fight. But sometimes you just have to say shit, and I would say the best thing would
Yeah.
just be like, when if this person is over and they say something, just apologize to that person so everyone can hear it, and just say, like, I'm sorry for my parents and my grandparents' behavior. They're clearly senile assholes who don't care about guests in their house, and make them feel like shit, and
I mean,
apologize to that person and let them know that
handle it
you're.
whatever way you think is best. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, but I mean,
It's okay.
I just totally talked right over you. Ugh. That's terrible. I got all riled up. I don't like these questions.
You do get
I
riled up.
do. I get riled up by this shit because I hate it. It really
Yeah.
upsets me, because it's a combination of a couple things. It's like, that behavior is abhorrent to me.
Yeah.
I detest bigotry, but I'm not pinning this on the question asker, because they're trying to figure it out. But
Yeah.
I also don't like cowardice, and I also don't like when people, like, put up with it for the sake of avoiding confrontation. It's like you have to, like, no, there are some people that like confrontation, but like, most people don't like it, and like, and but by not by like pretending like something that's clearly a problem is not a problem for the sake of like etiquette, you're not doing anyone any favors, including the people that deserve to get chastised for their behavior. Like you're not helping them either. They're not going to get better if they don't know or if they aren't aware of at least the full scope of how bad their behavior is. Like, and so like if you need to let them know at least, so then they're that, because then also for your sake, then you know if they're consciously doing it or not, or if they're just being, because if you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, the surefire way to do that is to eliminate the doubt and call them on it. And like, if you want to be diplomatic, that's fine, and it is your family. You probably can figure out your own level of tact that you want to use going into it, but you can't just let that go. You can't there, like the saying go along to get along doesn't apply, because they're not getting along. Like that's not getting along. Like you're sacrificing an innocent person's like well-being for the sake of a guilty person's well-being, and that's backwards.
And just to add on to that, when you talk about like avoiding confrontation, not wanting that, I mean, how many times you've been in a situation where like one person is obnoxious and full of foulness, and everyone else in the room just suffers with it because none of them want to be in a confrontation. That's what I mean, if you just look at the world around us, like we have this loudest 25% of the country who no one wants to tell to just just shut up. And it's just like that in your families too. Everyone's got like, oh, I got this one uncle. It's like, well, this one uncle is ruining Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter for everyone with his foul beliefs. If you would all just stand up and tell him that that's not welcome there, then you could enjoy your family time together as part of that. So
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's like we say we don't want to be confrontational, but not wanting to be confrontational pretty much, and this is how we end up where we are now. That too many people are like, I don't want to be confrontational. It's like, well, okay. At one point, will you be confrontational? Because at one point, you're going to have to be confrontational.
Yeah, because that's the problem with this stuff.
It's going to confrontation.
You give it an inch, they take a mile, and that's the thing. And that's the problem with like bigotry, which is generally parallel to fascism. Is like if you tolerate it at all, like it just grows and it gains strength. It feeds off of weakness and cowardice, and but it absolutely like disintegrates in the face of confrontation, because they're cowards. They themselves are cowards.
That's the thing, is they are cowards.
They are completely cowardly. And they'll go, oh my word, how dare you, and it's like, but they'll dish it out, and it's like, tell them to go fuck off and give them an ultimatum if you want to go that far.
I would say though, for this situation, if you have enough time, call everyone who doesn't want to be a part of that and make alternate plans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then your mom and your grandparents can be like, why does no one like us? And you'd be like, because you're a bunch of assholes and bigots.
Exactly right.
We went and had a Christmas where everyone was welcome, and you guys could have come, but you didn't want certain people there, so we just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a bonus question this week.
I love that.
Because it showed up in Ask Transgender on Reddit.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
I don't know what that is, but okay, it sounds great.
It's a Reddit subreddit where you get to ask transgender questions or trans people, questions and stuff. And the question is, this really caught me off guard. Do you like Chicago-style pizza? I was like, oh my God.
Why, yes, I do.
I speak for the whole trans community. Yes, I love Chicago-style
Love me
pizza.
some deep dish, baby.
Oh,
I wish I could find it. I don't have any around here. Like there was a place for like a second. And I'm in Olympia, which is a bit of a desert for like good food. Like there's a handful of good, but I don't have a lot of variety. Like there's a good Indian place, and there's a couple good Thai places, and like there's a good there's good taco stands, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And there's like some good organic like American food too. But but it's not like there's not really a good Italian place. There's definitely not a good German place. There's no, I don't have a lot of options. Like there's no Ethiopian, no Lebanese, nothing.
Oh.
Yeah. No Greek place. Like it's like yeah, it's like you know what I'm saying? There's no French restaurant here.
Do
Well,
you
no,
like
there is.
do you like fast food? Then here we are. Welcome to Olympia.
Yeah. Well, it's not that either. But what I was getting at is, yes, I do like deep dish pizza, and I
Yeah.
think there was a place like I remember that like did there was a place that was here for a minute that like existed that did do deep dish, and I stumbled onto it and was like, oh, and like the lady that worked there was from Chicago, like
Nice.
she was from like the southeast side. She was like she had the accent. She was like she didn't give a fuck. Yeah, they have
Yeah.
bears stuff all over the place. Like,
Oh, we'll deal with
well,
it.
they're from
Whatever.
Chicago. Like, yeah,
Whatever.
they have bears and cubs shit all over.
Yeah, the pizza is like the pizza and like the Italian beef sandwiches are like my one. That's where I'm at peace with Chicago. Like I
Chicago's
think
cool.
Chicago's fine,
Chicago's
but
great.
Chicago's not as great as Chicago thinks it is.
Well, Chicago's Chicago. Chicago's the meanest city I've ever been to. It's a mean place.
Oh man, I like
Chicago's a rough
warned
pot
last
spot.
time we went home, like even just like driving, like I was just like warning people, like when you're driving through Chicago, and not in the city, like if you're on the highway,
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like the most aggressive drivers
it's
because
the most aggressive driving I've ever
it's
seen
they've built it like
in the world.
you'll be going like you'll be in a 55 mile an
They're
hour.
going 90.
You're
and
going
like
70 and people are
are
blowing past you.
honking and like
Yeah, you're
ripping,
like, oh
cutting
my,
you off and flipping
okay,
you off. Yeah.
okay.
Well, and then the thing is like it's old and like and it's not especially well designed. So you'll get on and like you'll get on the 94 and like you'll have to cut over like 6 lanes in like a quarter mile and everyone's like going 90 and it's bumper to bumper. It's fucking wild driving in that city.
Every time I drive home, I always plot to be in Chicago at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's a
let's
good
get through
idea.
Chicago, yeah, and whatever.
And then it's
But
just like playing. Then it's just like playing Rad Racer.
right. But Chicago style pizza is amazing.
Oh, it's terrific.
Last time I went home to Milwaukee,
God, I'm hungry now.
we went down in the middle of the day, went to the Shed Aquarium, and got some Lou Malnati's. It was beautiful. It was my boyfriend's first time having it, and yeah, he loved it. It's just like
I can't even get it. Where can I get it? I can't get it.
I mean, if you want to spend some money, you can get it like shipped to you from Chicago.
You're gonna get how's that gonna get it to me now? I want it now.
Oh, like now?
Yeah.
I mean,
My appetite has been wet with an H.
Is your
Like,
appetite
fucking
wetted?
I mean, the best I can do is like Little Caesars. That's not even good.
Yeah,
but that is technically Detroit style, but it's very cheap Detroit style pizza. But
yeah.
it is. I mean, I think they're from Detroit, Little Caesars.
Yeah. The guy who found is from Detroit.
Yeah.
I mean, you also get that Milwaukee style, that like really thin crust. That's always really good.
Are we talking about like Shakey's?
No. Like Balistreri's. Have you ever been to Balistreri's in Tosa?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, they got it's like a really thin cracker crust, and then just loaded with toppings. But I will tell you this: if you put do you like and then just like blank pizza, the answer for me is yes. The answer is yes. Yeah.
I love some pizza.
Oh my gosh.
It's so bad for me, and I love it.
Every time I move to a new place, it's like, what's the best pizza I can get delivered to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want pizza so bad right now. What am I gonna do about it? Now that's all I'm thinking about.
Right.
Like I don't know that I can concentrate.
I want to get like just like a 12-pack of PBR and like an extra large pizza with pepperoni.
I want a 12-pack of pizza.
A 12-pack of pizza. Just like served like a 12-pack of beer too, where you put your fingers and you're just carrying all 12 of them. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I didn't drink beer in a really long time.
I usually don't, but man, on a nice hot day, there's nothing like a PBR or like a Miller or something, just like with 4 pizzas, just like
with 4 pizzas.
I'm ordering pizza night. I'm just gonna. This is what's happening now.
I'm getting. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like there's good pizza. There's lots of good food in Seattle, but like I don't live in Seattle anymore, and like. I go to Seattle pretty regularly.
Yeah.
I'm going to Seattle this next weekend. So
yeah.
I'm definitely I don't know what I'm gonna do about food though, because like I'm so busy. Like I don't have any time to eat when I'm in Seattle.
Get that
Like,
Seattle style pizza, yo.
I don't know if Seattle has a style of
I don't think
pizza,
so.
but like, so here's a funny thing. Like, I worked at a pizza place in Seattle.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that came in there from New Orleans. And he was sitting at the bar. I was bartending at the time, and he was sitting at the bar, and he was just like, yeah, he's like, hey, I'm from New Orleans, and like, like I've noticed that like I've been around the country and I've noticed that like different regions of the country have like kind of different styles of food, and I was just like I haven't really been able to peg the one up here. Like what's Seattle style? What's the Northwest style of food? And like everyone was kind of perplexed by that. We were all like, I was working with another guy, this cool guy named Matt, and like we were like, huh. We had to think about it for a second, but then Matt came up with an answer. He's like, you know what? Here's what it is. It's not that there's a particular like style.
Yeah.
But what it is that what you get up here, everything you get is quality. You get the best version of that thing that you get. And that's the damn truth about the Northwest. It's like, in fact, it's almost too much. The problem with Seattle is like it's too bougie. You can't get a good fucking sandwich because like all the sandwiches are like putting like portobello mushrooms and like fucking like prosciutto, and it's like prosciutto portobello like with like Havarti, and it's just like, yeah, I guess those things are good in theory, but that's not what makes a fucking good sandwich. I want a fucking dirty hero with cold cuts. Like that's what a sandwich is.
Fair enough. Like, can't argue with that. Yeah.
I have not found that in Seattle. Like,
okay.
But the pizza place that I worked at was like a bona fide, like verified by an Italian NGO, like authentic Neapolitan pizza place. Like,
wow.
And like, so they made pizza the way it was like first invented.
The way it was meant to be made.
Oh, the way it was, like, for Queen Margarita in the 16th century. But yeah.
Take your word for all that.
Well, I know about it because I worked there and I have.
Okay, yeah.
Like, they wore it as a badge.
Was testing you part of it? It's like this pizza.
Yeah, it was.
But if you don't know about Queen Margarita,
you did have to know about the history of pizza. Yes, you did.
Immediately sounds like more work than I would have put into a job.
Well, I mean, you
don't get space in my brain for facts.
I paid well. I made a lot of money there.
Okay. Yeah. And you know what? I got to give us credit. Another episode, Ted didn't show up, and we carried the load. We made it to the end. I think shout out to Matt, cool Matt from the pizza place. He's a cool guy. Yeah.
Place.
Shout out to
Sean for our first email.
Thank you, Sean. We will look into it. Thank you, Sean,
for our email. We're gonna.
You know what I could do?
What?
Is tomorrow I will just go on the Senate website. I will find the phone number to Ted Cruz's office. I will give it a call, and I will say, hey,
where you been, bud?
Someone emailed into our podcast asking if Ted was okay. And if they
is he okay?
Is he okay?
That's a really good idea.
I think I should do that.
I think you should find out exactly what the status of Ted Cruz is, and I think you should record that conversation.
I'm sure I'm just going to be leaving a voicemail. I don't think much of a conversation.
No, you'd be surprised. Surprised. Like, yeah, senators, like, a lot of, maybe not Ted Cruz because he's Ted Cruz, but like.
He'd have to actually talk someone into working for him.
You're not going to talk to Ted Cruz, but you will talk to a staffer who works for Ted Cruz.
Look, if there was any chance I'd end up talking to Ted Cruz, there's no way I would make that phone call if I thought I'd have to talk to Ted Cruz.
Yeah, it'd be weird. It'd be super weird.
Hello, and I'm like, what? Click.
Ted, I haven't heard your voice in so long.
Where can I send the Zoom link for next week's show?
Yeah, where you gonna be? You gonna be here?
You gonna be here?
This show without you. We've been doing this show without you for weeks.
Yeah,
for months.
And we hit our 1,000 listeners threshold over a 30-day period.
We did.
We're doing it.
1,000 downloads in a week.
We're doing it with or without you, Ted. In a week. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
That doesn't sound like a whole lot. It's not a whole lot in the scheme of things, but we're happy for it because we didn't do any advertising.
You know what? I'll be real honest with you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening and downloading and doing all that stuff. You hit that bell, ring that bell, like and subscribe. I think you're supposed to do that.
That's okay, because I was also going to say it doesn't sound like a lot when you consider like what the top podcasts do, but also consider how many podcasts never made it past week 2 or 3 and never got that half that many listeners over the course of the month. And I feel like we're doing fantastic. We're targeted a very unique and small
We've
and
got a
group of
niche.
people. We got a niche, and we're doing
Just
it. And
transgender fans of Ted Cruz.
yeah,
Very,
and
very narrow.
very
Just a
narrow.
narrow cast.
Yeah. I think about like because I was a how many stand-up comics I know who did podcasts that lasted like 10 episodes, and like the only people who listened to it were the people in their area who knew that they were doing the
Yeah.
podcast and they were hoping to get on the podcast. And so yeah, I think we're it's amazing, and hopefully one day Ted will see the light and join us, and we'll have robust discussions about how to make the world a better place for trans people and their allies. But you keep emailing us. If you're concerned about Ted, feel free to email us. We're going to tell you, we might not have all that information, but also if you have questions for us or you wanna maybe challenge something that we might have said, I'm open to discussion. I think in no way do we present ourselves as the be all end all experts, but like most
Certainly
things in
not.
life, there's a lot of ways to handle things, and I like to talk to you how I want to do things. I also like to make sure that when I'm talking to people that they're really doing what's best for them. And so email us girldickwithted@gmail.com.
Sorry I was
And
such a bitch today.
it's okay. It's okay.
I totally was a little feisty. I was not super nice to some of our
That's all right.
writers, and I could have been nicer.
That's
I'm
right. If
gonna
they're
do better.
regular
I'm gonna do
listeners,
better. I'm gonna be better, like Ted Cruz. Be
if
better.
if they're
Be better.
regular listeners and they're getting my vibe, they're already changing their mindset, and they're like, it's okay if Amanda is like that face if you're on the YouTubes. If that's cool, because sometimes you get to be like that. And we all know that you're an amazing person, and we love you
Well,
for it.
shucks, ma'am.
Right? There you go. Kick save and a beauty over here by Lilith. We love you all, babies. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.